I'm Christina.
I'm Maya from Bookworm Dreams, and welcome to a new video.
So today we are talking about the second book in the Throne of Glass series by Sarah J. Maas, and that is Crown of Midnight. So here is finally the review that we already filmed and that got lost somehow, somewhere, God knows, in the ether of the
Internet.
internet.
No, not internet, not even
mobile
internet.
phones,
Mobile
whatever.
phones.
We don't know. It just disappeared. So here we are again, and we're just gonna try to quickly rehash what we said 3 weeks ago.
Oh my god, okay.
Yeah, that was so long ago. So, Maya, here to start.
So, book 2 in the Throne of Glass series, we follow the events from the first one, where Selena, spoilers for the first one, becomes the king's champion, and now she's tasked tasked with killing people, not to killing people. She's tasked with killing people, and she basically doesn't do that. She offers everyone she has to kill an option whether to, I'll kill you or you leave and never come back. In this, as she's trying to do that, I think someone's having a wedding, so this might be a problem. But anyway, so in her job, she comes across someone from her past, Archer, who she knew when she was an assassin. She also basically offers him the same deal, but somehow then gets involved in the whole rebellion against the king plot that's happening throughout the kingdom all the time. Also in this book we follow the development of her relationship with Chaol, and the development of her relationship with Nehemia, and then some explosive stuff happens at the end, and it's pretty cool.
Yeah. Okay. I'm just gonna put this down because our hands are gonna
be sore.
Very sore. So you're just gonna have a picture somewhere here. So let's move on to what we liked, what we didn't like.
Okay.
So I'll start with the big thing. There were a lot of unexpected and very gruesome deaths, and very.
Who are you talking? Who? Okay. I remembered. Sorry.
The big one.
Yes. I remember. Who are you talking about? She doesn't actually kill anyone. In the end, she does.
Yeah.
But yes. That's the end.
Not her killings. Anyways, there were some really unexpected and gruesome deaths that really shook me. It wasn't very nice. I mean, it's never nice to read about death, but this was very gory details, and it was very bloody, and no. And it was sad because it was a good character. I actually really hope that she would that the character would have more. I have no words today. But anyways.
She would have more to do in the book.
Yes,
in the story.
Thank you. Yes. But at the same time, I think those deaths were important to the character development of Selena,
mm-hmm.
and to explain all of her basically mental issues and her trauma, and ultimately her brokenness, because she is broken. She really, given everything, because after that death you learn about some other stuff that happened to her, and this just gives some blocks fall into place as to why she is and why she acts the way she does, and it just you get to know her better as a character, basically.
Yeah, because the first half of the book actually focuses on her relationship with Chaol, which in my opinion was way more natural. The development of that relationship was more natural and it seemed more, I want to say more right, but then her relationship with Dorian that happened in the first one. So I was always rooting for Chaol and Selena. I was oh yay, they're getting together, that's great. Yeah. And the first half of the book dealt with that, and of them being in love, and Chaol just, I don't want to say shirking his responsibilities, but he was distracted, which led to the big death that happened in the second half of the book. So I like the development of the relationship part.
Yeah,
that was one of the pluses of this book. But books 1 and 2 are typical YA fantasy books in which there isn't, until you get to the end of the book, there isn't a lot of
plot
or world building or anything. Everything is more focused on our like love triangle thing that's been happening in the first and the second book, and then that's why I think people sort of are not a big fans of this series and don't even want to continue with the series, because you have to not survive, but if there's nothing in the first two books that interests you, I have the romance that interests me, so that's why I kept reading on. I mean, the third and the later books really just expand, and this becomes a really good, solid fantasy series. But the first two books, the second one as well, is kind of YA and tropey, and it's like I can understand why people are not like, this is not for me, I don't want to continue reading. But then we get to the second part, and this is going to be spoiler because we can't really talk about without spoilers. So first of all, before we go to the second part, Dorian didn't really have much to do in the second one. No, he was there just to be emo about Chaol and Celaena being together.
Yeah,
and
he had absolutely.
He's like, I think she was trying to. The author was trying to like, oh, I'm noble. I'm gonna like, whatever, let Celaena be with Chaol. Not gonna cause trouble. But it's like he was just like standing around and being emo and like, oh.
He had no purpose in the entire story. He just had no purpose.
He was just there. And then the second part happened. So, as we said before, Celaena is following, is now sort of helping the rebellion, but not really. She's not killing the people in the rebellion that she knows are in the rebellion. And during the whole book, the king, he's sort of giving random information that we don't know what to do with. So basically, he just comes up and he says, oh, that guy is in the rebellion, kill him. And Chaol, being the captain of the guard, he's like, okay, where do you get this information? What's happening? And you know, he's like, I'm not gonna tell you, I'm the king. So he's like not, I don't want to say paying attention, but he's distracted by Celaena. So when a threat comes for like Nehemia, which I thought was a total bullshit lie, because the king was like, oh, we are getting threats for Nehemia, and Chaol was like, okay, where are you getting this information? Of course, he's being all kingly and shit. But I thought that he made that up. I was like, oh, he made it up. So, and then Chaol was like, okay, we're getting this information. Like, okay, whatever. Like, I'm in the back of my mind, but he forgot. And then Nehemia died, and it was gruesome.
Yeah,
that was the death you were talking about.
Was the death.
That was so gruesome. And at that point, I felt Celaena's reaction was a bit over dramatic. But as you said, it does show, because we don't know about her past. We find about that in the third book.
Yeah.
We don't know about her past. We don't know what she went through. So when she discovers Nehemia's body all over the room, and her reaction is so visceral and so like, oh my god, it's a bit dramatic. But when you read on, but I lived for the angst and the drama, so that was fine. But when you think about it later on, when you're out of the book and you have time to think about what's happening, it was a bit dramatic because we didn't know, and her sort of flip from loving Chaol to hating him in literally like a second. It was a bit much for me.
I didn't understand that.
No, but then later you will get it why it happened. And so this affects the entirety of the series, because in the last part we find out like who she is and what she does. And also there's like isn't there like a monster they're hunting or something that's happening also? Because she in the catacombs or whatever, there's a monster that's going around, and because she has to go through the portal. But also in the second one. Why does she go through the portal and reveal herself?
When Chaol finds out that she
why did she go there? Because they were hunting some monster or something, or they find out that there's a monster in the catacombs. Whatever. Basically, in this book, we find out at the end that Celaena is Fae, and this is very important. And
I would just want to say that thing did not surprise me. I kind of guessed from the first book that she was, but I actually didn't get which Fae she was. That was very like a wow moment for me. Yes. Oh my god! And later I was like, "You're so stupid. You should have gotten that. You totally should be." Like there were so many hints.
Yeah. So basically, in the end of the book, we find out that Celaena is actually Aelin Galathynius, that she is the heir to the
Theresen kingdom,
and basically everybody thinks she's dead, but she's sort of been hiding as an assassin, and then that sort of sets off book 3.
Yeah.
And
you know what I found surprising also, that she actually knew.
Oh, that she actually knew. Okay.
Yeah, I mean, I I guess I thought she would, you know, like the standard trope where
That she's like forgotten areas.
Yes, she's the forgotten, and somebody reveals to her, you know, gives her this responsibility, but she actually knows. I think
that would have made this book so much worse than.
But yeah,
the whole series. But yeah, this is.
That's actually a good thing that Sarah J. Maas didn't do that.
Yeah, that she knew from the beginning. I mean, because from the Assassin's Blade, we're basically she's Selena Sidorthian. We know that she's sort of putting on an act of being this badass assassin, but we didn't know like if that is to protect herself, and not that she has like a secret identity that she has to protect. You know, so she's like putting on this persona to protect her from the world that she lives in and the job that she has to do. Not that she's actual, you know, basically alien in any way. Yeah. But yeah, so I enjoyed this book specifically for the romance and for the drama that happened at the end of the book. All the other part is like, okay.
Yeah, I also enjoyed, I forgot to mention, like, there was, the first part was really nice. Mm-hmm. Like, it really didn't have that much bad stuff. And the second part was very dark. Mm-hmm. And I liked that in between all of that, there was, like, this talking door knocker called Mort, was like this kind of comic relief throughout the entire book. Mm-hmm. And as you said, he probably doesn't appear in other books, but like I loved him to, like, I was listening it on audio, and on audio he was just like so cranky and cynical, and like just like, I don't know, the narrator was perfect with him, and I just loved him.
When like, you sent me the message about Mort, I was like, who the fuck is Mort? Because he literally just appears in this one, and
that's a shame. He was like a really nice.
I think he was like just an addition. That just, you know, someone told her like, you need something that's funny, and she added Mort because there's like no.
But it really was funny.
Good.
Yeah.
So yeah, that's it for our review.
Yeah.
So yeah, just my advice, if you're getting into this series, you need to like find something that interests you in the first two books, because they're typical YA. I mean, unless you're you know, a teenager, then this will be no problem for you. But for people who are you know, over 30 like we are, you know, find something that interests you, but because it does get better. You know how many times we say it does get better, and you just need to survive the first two books, which is horrible to say. Like you can enjoy the series if you survive the first two books. Yeah. But whatever, we liked it.
But you know, technically, I know this is going on for too long, but technically, like in longer series. Okay.
Oh yeah, you have to survive more.
The first two, the first two are kind of problematic, and then it gets better. But in other series, you know, the first might be good, the second might be good, then the third is like, shit. Oh shit, you have to survive that because the fourth is so much better. So, you know, it's just, I think it's literally just, it's the first two, so that's a problem, because you have to get into it. Yeah. But, like...
They set up the story. I think they set up the sort of the overall and give you just enough background to get to see if you're invested or not, because from the third book on it just sort of explodes. But by the way, Wheel of Time has a whole book, like book 5 or 6, where nothing happens.
There you go.
So yeah,
you know, I think it's a thing with series, you can just hit every book like on the mark. So yeah, that's it
for our review. Thank you so much for watching. Please do check out our review for Assassin's Blade and for Throne of Glass. I'm waiting for like enough time so the cards can come up. And please check out some other reviews that we did on our channel. Like, share, subscribe, share your opinions if you want down below in the comments.
Press the bell button if you want to get notifications whenever we post new videos. Mm-hmm. Thank you so much for watching.
And we'll see you in the next one.
Bye.